Oh, there we go. There's the bell. All right. Okay. All right. Pardon the noise from the truck in the background. It's the morning, so the supermarket across from me is getting all the deliveries. Okay. All right. So go ahead, press pause, do the do now real quick, and then we'll get started. Okay. All right. Here we go. So let's factor right using the GCF. So what's the GCF here? Yeah, it's 9, right? So here we have 9. And then now, let's see. 9 times what gives you 9x? Or you look at it this way, right? 9 divided by 9 is what? Yeah, 1, right? So 1x plus 9 times 4 is 36. Or write it shorter. X plus 4. You don't need to write 1x. Okay, all right. Unit 7, day 35. Homework tonight's 5 questions on the website. Let's see. There's going to be a quiz Friday. I'm looking at 10 questions. Okay, and that's it. So with quizzes, now that I'm going to be giving quizzes nearly every week, I think one of the things I want to do is actually find a way to show you all your quiz grades. Not all, actually. That's not going to happen. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to post a quiz on Friday. I'm going to leave it there maybe probably till next Tuesday, Wednesday. And then I'm going to take the link off the website. All right. And then what I'm going to do is I'm going to find a day in the lesson to go over the quiz with you. Okay. At least what I think the hardest questions are. Or I'll go over it like pretty quickly, maybe 10 minutes to go over the quiz. Just so that you guys know like what you got wrong and why you got it wrong. That also leads us to homework. I think starting today with the homework, I'm going to, because on the website there's an option for me to show you what you got on the homework actually, and I disabled that option at first because I thought people were going to see the answers and then well, you know, a very small number of people are gonna share the answers with each other. But then I thought, well, you know, in the homework videos I go over the answers anyway. So that I think if people really wanted to be what, you know, if people really wanted to share answers, like they could have found a way to do it already. So I thought it would be more beneficial than for you to see whether you got something right or not, like right at the end of the homework, just so you know where you're at, okay? And then with quizzes, I can't do the same for obvious reasons because, you know, you never know. Some folks might, you know, take the answer key and then try to share it. So that I won't do. Okay, so in other words, when you guys get a quiz, do it as soon as you can, but take your time. Like to take the actual quiz. Don't just rush through it, but do try to do it as soon as possible because if you wait too long, the quiz might not be there, and I'm not gonna post it back up. All right, and then so you just, you won't take a 0 for that quiz, but you'll end up getting a blank grade. Okay, all right, moving on. Announcements. Last night for me at least, for my homeroom, we had perfect attendance, so that was very good. Yesterday was a real roller coaster for me. Homework attendance was perfect. 10 more people had 10 more people, I'm pretty sure, started following the format that I asked you guys to do, which is the homeroom number and then your full name. Okay, I was actually very happy. I was really, really happy when I saw that because it makes it grading a lot easier. Although I gotta tell you, I don't know where the whole phenomenon happened where a lot of you are writing your homeroom number first, and then a lot of you are writing your last name and first name, and I never really mentioned that. But at this point, like, I don't care. All right. As a matter of fact, on the quiz, as long as you write your homeroom number first, and then your name, I don't care how you write your name as long as it's your name, all right, I'll give you 4 extra points. All right, so that's it. That's how I can like motivate you. But you know, so this is just for the quiz, but also homework from now on. All the homework, I want to see the homework number first. Okay. Yep. You just said that your homework score will not be displayed. And then something very worrisome happened after I saw that. Was that I think some of you are still on your break from last week, because I'm starting this Monday. Actually, no. I mean, last week a lot of people didn't hand in assignments, and I wasn't gonna grade it. So you know, maybe that's why many of you didn't do it. But I think Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, some of those folks returned, but a lot of those folks didn't. That's not good. And not only that, I was looking at my YouTube statistics. All right, on a good day, since the beginning of remote learning, I think I had. Am I still recording this? Okay. At the beginning of remote learning, I think at its height, I think 100. I get about like 100 and like I get 110 views probably per day. And yesterday, actually as of this morning, it was 75. So I'm missing like 40 views. Now, I mean, technically speaking, you know, it's not about views per se, but what it's telling me is a lot of you are just not like a lot of you are just not watching the videos. Okay. And I don't know, like, I don't know how you're going to learn the new materials not watching the videos. But I just don't like, you know, I mean, that's all I gotta say about that. So, and for those of you who are not turning in assignments, and what that means most likely is that you guys are not watching the videos either, I'm gonna send an email to your parents to tell them that. All right. And then when they get when I send the grades home in 2 weeks, they'll see. So you know, so I'm gonna tell you now. I'm trying to work with you here. Watch the videos and then do the homework assignment. All right. That's all I gotta say about that. Okay. All right. So let's see. All right. So now, where were we yesterday? Okay. Let's see. Yep. We did that. All right. So yesterday we were here. We were talking about inequalities, right? And so we talked about these symbols. We talked about this. So, okay, right now, what I'd like you to do is go to today's lesson and watch video number 1. All right. So, and it's featuring you know who. So, click on that. Watch it. It's about 5 minutes, I think. So, watch that real quick, and then we'll come back. Okay. So, press pause. Okay, and we're back. So what we're gonna do today is this. We're gonna talk about how to graph inequalities. So what we've talked about so far is the words that we use, right? The most common words that we use for inequalities. So less than, greater than. I should have left this. I shouldn't have erased this. Less than, greater than, right? So on and so forth. The symbolism of it. And then we looked at some real life examples, and we wrote these in inequalities. And then today we're going to talk about how to graph them. So let me, you know what, let's do this. Okay, let's start. Okay, so, all right, the first one, it says you must, so what I did was this. I took these examples and I just put it here and show you what they will look like if you were to graph them. Now, when I mean graphing them, what do I mean by that? I mean using a number line, okay, which is not new at this point. So let's say, right, let's rewrite this again. You must be at least 5 feet tall. So at least, right, at least means what? Yeah, greater than or equal to 5, right? So that's 0, 1. Oops, wow, I didn't do a very good job with this. Okay, all right. So this is how you would graph it. So let me start it. At least 5, right? So 0, 1, 2, 3, 4. You should probably follow along if you're watching this right now. So at least 5, right? So 5. So this is how you do it, all right? So first of all, you would plot a point here on where 5 is, okay? And you see the arrows going to the right, right? Your arrow's going to go to the right. Now, we're not done yet. And the reason why this is not a sufficient answer is because the point here, it's open. All right, which really means this. So if I say you must, oh, actually, yeah, you must be at least 5 feet tall, right? If you're 6 feet tall, can you get in? Yeah, right. It's part of the answer, right? If you're 7, can you? Yep. If you're 5, can you get into the get on the ride? Yes. So this circle shouldn't be open. This circle should be closed. Okay, I'm gonna give you let's do one more. Let's do one more of these, and then I'll show you what the analogy would be. Okay, so looking at this next one, you must be older than 18, right? You have to be more than 18. So if we were to graph this, older than 18. Now you're not gonna start at 0, okay? That's not good. So let's start 17, 18, 20, 21. All right. 18, you put the dot on the 18. So this is how you graph it. You put the dot over the 18, arrows going to the right, arrows going to the right. Now, think about it. If you're 19, can you get in? Yes. If you're 20, can you get in? If you're 21, can you get in? Yes, right? But if you're 18, can you get in? No, right? You have to be older than 18, so you have to leave the circle open. Okay, so in other words, if you see greater than only with no equal sign, so not equal to, just greater than or less than. So where did I put this up with this? If you just see greater than or less than, the circle that you draw is open. It's an open circle. Whereas if you see a greater than or equal to sign or less than or equal to sign, the circle is closed. So what it's saying is, when you close the circle, it's saying, hey, include that number where the dot originated. So in other words, you must be at least 5 feet tall. Are you 5 feet tall? Okay, we gotta include you. And then anything taller than that, you can also, come in and, get on the ride, right? Whereas if you see something like you have to be older than 18, you can't include this as part of the answer. That's why the circle is open, okay? And then now 19, can you get in? Yeah. 20, yeah. 21, yeah. But not 18, okay? You cannot include 18 as an answer. And a car alarm just went off right behind me. Incredible. Okay, so that's why the circle is open. Because what it's saying is, although we plotted the circle, the point on 18, that's technically not part of the answer. Anything more than 18 is fine. So 18 and a half, right, which is right here, that counts. 19, 19 and a half, all that counts. Just not 18 or anything less than that. Okay, so I'm going to give you an analogy. Not the perfect analogy, but hold on. Let me press pause and show it to you. Okay, now, not the greatest, not the perfect analogy, but if you were to look at a map of New York City subway system, so let's look at the B and Q line, right? If you look at this, what you'll see is that because you guys know that some trains are called local trains, right? So they go through every stop, and some trains are express trains, which means they skip stops, so that allows people who are at those stops to go, faster. You would notice that Church Avenue, Newkirk Plaza, Kings Highway, and Sheepshead Bay, they are express stops. Okay, and so as a result, they left the circles open now, which is not. I mean, is that actually a good system? I don't know. I'm not here to offer a critique of the New York City map system. So where's the points, right? The circles that are filled, those are the local stops. Okay, so it's something like that where if the circle is open, maybe that's not a bad idea, because if the circle's open, they're saying don't include everything, which means what? Not everyone can get on the train if it's open. Hold on, I'm trying to think here. What's the analogy? All right, I can't think of one right now, but you get the point. So that's why. Okay, what happened? So that's why there's a parallel to the open circle, closed circle system. Okay, so now, where am I? Okay, all right, let's do this. Okay, so no more than 2 pairs per purchase. So yesterday we wrote no more than, so maximum of 2. So if you were to draw a number line, you would see this. All right, what's the number 2? So we'll do like 0, 1, 2, 3. Okay, and if we were to do that, no more than 2. So it's 2, right? Arrow goes to the left. Your arrow goes to the left. Okay, that's a terrible arrow. You see this here? You see this line here? Less than or equal to. So what do you do with the circle? You fill it in like this. Okay, and that's how you do it. Okay, let's do a couple more. So minimum order is $15. Minimum, at least $15. Let's see, minimum order of 15. So let's say 14, 15, 16, 17, 18. Okay, let's see, 15, right? Arrow goes to the right. Arrow goes to the right. And then, do you fill it in or not? Yeah, right? Minimum. 15 is part of the answer. Okay, so if you have exactly $15 worth of food that you're ordering, you can order the food online. Okay, so that's what this line means. So we fill it in. Okay, maximum capacity. So maximum capacity is 275 people. Maximum at most. And then let's see, 275. So let's start at 273, 274, 275, 276, 277. Okay. Let's see. 275. Arrow goes to the left, right? Our arrow goes to the left. Fill it in. Fill it in. Okay. All right. Last one. Must be younger than 2 years to enter. Younger than 2. So not 2 or younger. Younger than 2. Okay. Let's see. 2. So 0, 1, 2, 3. Right. 2. Younger than 2. What do you do with the circle? Yeah, nothing. You leave it open. Why? There's no line underneath, right? 2 is not part of the answer. So if you're 2, can go into the playground, okay? Or whatever it is. Okay, a little younger, younger than 2, like if you were right here. Yes, 1, yep. Have a year old, yep. All right, 0 years old, yep. Okay. I mean, technically, you can't go past 0. You can't be younger than 0 years old. Okay, but you get the point. Okay, so that's where we're at. Okay, now how are we doing on time? Yeah, we're okay. I think we can practice for about 10 minutes. Okay, so right now I'd like you to practice with these, with these 4 examples. Okay, so go ahead and graph these 4, and then we'll go over it. So press pause. All right, take about, I don't know, 5 minutes. All right, write these down. Hopefully you're setting up your number line with a ruler. If you don't have the ruler, use the edge of your agenda book. Okay, the plastic part, right, the plastic cover, and go ahead and set up the 4 lines. Okay, and then we'll go over it. So press pause. Okay, all right, and we're back. So let's see. You know, I'm gonna use this. Okay, 2. So let's see, 0. All right, so let's see. 2. X is greater than 2. So 2. Arrow goes to the right. Right. No line here. Don't fill it in. Leave it open. Okay. All right. X is greater than 2. All right. 2. So let's say 2. Arrow goes to the right. Line is there's a line there, so you close the circle. You fill the circle. Okay. All right. Let's see. This is 0. Now this is -1. All right. I gotta erase this. So the way you set up the number line, in order to set up the number line, it's very important to look at this number first. Okay, as you can see, like sometimes I'm really not paying attention, so that's not good. Okay, all right. So let's see, 2, -2, yeah. Arrow goes to the left. Arrow goes to the left. Filled in or no? No, do not fill it in. No line underneath. Okay. All right. Let's see again. -2. Let's see. -2. Arrow goes to the left. Line underneath. So what do you do with the circle? Right. You fill it in. Okay. Now I want to show you one last one. If you graph this, I'll tell you what is the not how. Okay. So actually try this one on your own right now. Actually, try this one on your own. Okay. All right. So here, this one. If you graph it like this, it will be wrong. So let's say you start at 2, like this, right? Okay, let's say you do this, and you go like this. Let me use red, because this one is wrong. If you do this, if you go like this, and the arrow's going to the left, that's wrong. Okay, do you guys know why? Yeah, this is backwards. Did you notice? Right? This is backwards. Like the X is in the back. So again, old Manning style. You should rewrite this. Now, how do you rewrite it, right? That's the question. So because you guys are used to X equals 2 or 2 equals X, and then, you know, you write it out like that. This is how you do it. X, right? You see how the arrow's pointing at the 2? So you write the 2 first. You see how the arrow's pointing at the 2? You got to make sure your arrow's pointing at 2. So this here, the same thing as this. Now you can graph it. All right. So we can go at 2. Arrow goes to the right. So you see how some of you might have drawn the arrow going this way? That's wrong. It's not going to the left. It's going to the right. Because what it's saying is X is greater than 2, right? Here, it's saying 2 is less than X, which is the same thing, saying the same thing. But, you know, you gotta recognize that even if you say this correctly, the way to write it is that the arrow has to go to the right. Okay, now how are we doing on time? Give you 5 minutes. All right, I think 5 more minutes would do. You know what? Yeah, you know what? Hold on, let's see. Oh, this, but you guys don't have the worksheet on you. That's the problem. Let's see. Oh, actually, you know what? Yeah, let's do these 8. All right. So go ahead, press pause real quick. Set up the number line. Now, it doesn't have to be that detailed. Okay, just like 5 numbers would do. So if I were you, I would draw a number line that's more like what? 1, like this. Like that's good enough. If your number line looks like this, good enough for me. Okay. All right. So press pause. All right. Go ahead and try these 4 right now, and then we'll go over it. Okay. All right. So x is less than 1. So 1, right? Circle. Arrow goes to the left. Do I fill it in? Yep. You bet. Okay. Number 2. Circle on -2. Arrow goes to the right. Arrow goes to the right. And that's it. Right? Nothing to fill in, right? Don't fill it in. There's no line underneath. It's not equal to -2 also. Right? 4. Arrow goes to the left. What do I do with the circle? Yep, you have to fill it in, right? Because there's that line underneath, right? That means 4 is part of the solution. Okay, so number 4, -6. Arrow goes to the right. Arrow goes to the right. Wow, that's a terrible arrow. All right, leave it open. All right, okay, let's do these 4. All right, these are good. These are really good. All right, and then we'll be done for today. So try these right now. Okay, all right. Let's see. Now, rewrite this first because again, let me do this in red. If you did this, you'd be wrong. And you'd be wrong also still, even if you fill in the circle. Okay, doesn't change anything. -5, right? Oh, first of all, rewrite this first. So how do you write this? Letter comes first, old man ink style, right? Write the -5. Arrow points at A. Arrow points at A. Okay, all right, that's how you remember to do this. Less than or equal to, so arrow goes to the left. Actually, do I fill in the circle? Yep, you bet. Okay, don't forget to check this last to see if there's a line underneath because it tells you what to do with the circle. Okay, likewise here, how do I rewrite this? You have x, you have 4, right? Arrow points at x, arrow points at x. Okay, so we got 4. Arrow goes to the left, arrow goes to the left. There's a line underneath. We fill in the circle. Okay. All right. Last 2. So how do we write this? Letter, number, arrow points at the number. Arrow points at the number. -2 to the right. What about the circle? Yeah, you leave it alone. Okay, because there's no line underneath. Last one. Letter, number, arrow points to the letter, arrow points to the letter. 1, right? Arrow goes to the left, arrow goes to the left. Do not fill this out. There's no line. Okay, so that's it. All right, so tomorrow let's do this. All right, tomorrow, here's what we'll do. Tomorrow we'll come back. I'll let you practice with, we'll watch a video first. I'll let you practice with this. And then we're going to go into 8th grade territory for those of you who are interested in that. And then I'm going to show you this. Okay, I think that's all the time we got for tomorrow. So, okay. All right. Thanks for watching. All right. For those of you who are watching, and I want to give a big thanks for those of you who watch these videos fully every day, who watch it all the way to the end. All right. I really appreciate what you do. And all right. Thank you. Okay, have a good day. Bye-bye. Okay. Oh, there we go. There's the bell. All right. Don't tell me you don't miss that bell.
OMG, that was so good.